Another day of Marvel Future Fighting. Hello, Big Surf. Welcome. How are you today? How's life treating you? I don't know if you've ever been on my Discord, but I reopened it if you want to rejoin. It's up to you, though. I think. Yeah. Got the Discord command back on Twitch. Not that you have to join. It's optional. Let's go ahead and burn, well, Alliance first, because I think there's an update, right? Yeah, I think I forgot to grab my boost tokens before reset. That's alright. Getting distracted with life. Life comes first. There we go. 200 boost point run. That's what we want. Reopened. I thought I did something and got banned. No. Okay, I got kicked. That's interesting. Yeah, I should have been a little bit more descriptive. There was a trend of drama happening in the server. I don't mind the occasional banter. Hello, Jiraiya. Good to see ya. It's going good. I don't mind the occasional banter, but we started having folks just specifically outright disrespecting me, which it's my server. Like, if you're going to come and troll me in my own server, like, F off. Like, seriously. But it was a trend, and I started banning people because of how bad it was getting. And then one guy decided to go off on me about rules because he decided he didn't want to follow them. And started just like, wasn't like I don't mind pushback and a private conversation. I'm all about say whatever you want in a private conversation, but in the main chat there was a tirade. This is the stupidest effing thing I've ever seen, the most moronic thing you've like going off for a while, and I'm like, you need to stop. No, I'm not gonna stop. Blah blah blah, and you don't control us. It's like, well, you're in my server and you agreed to the rules, so I'm going to admin it, so you need to stop. Didn't want to stop. And this was like third warning, and I was like, you know what? I'm done. I'm done. Get your in-server. And I told everyone, I was like, get your in-server. I'm done. I'm not going to admin anymore on a Discord where you basically are all just going to troll each other. Like, the whole point of the Discord was to help each other. Like, you can go there, ask other people who love Marvel Future Fight, or other games, because there's other stuff, about the game. That was the point. And trolling each other, or trash talking each other, it got to the point where it was so bad with some of the trash talking that only 5 people posted. And there was like, I think there was like 30 or 40 before I kicked everyone off. And I'm like, hey, bands, I'll just say O-Band or Obeyed. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good to see you. But it got so, ooh, cool, I got 2. It got so bad, I kind of got to the point where I was just like, there was only 5 people talking. Most people weren't talking just because of how bad they were getting. And I got so frustrated, I said, you know, I'm done. I put in a message. I locked the channel, and I opened a new thread, say, add each other, collaborate because you guys are friends. If this is the only way you know each other, add each other as friends, create your own server, post a link. I had 1 or 2 people try to talk me out of it. Most people didn't care. And I'm like, okay, I'm done. But then I kept getting questions on YouTube and Twitch. And I'm like, you know, people do like the questions and they like the interaction and they like the advice. And I'm like, I don't always have the best advice. And I keep telling people you need to ask the community. Well, where do you go? I used to have a community you could go to and I got rid of it. And I was like, you know what? Maybe I just be more strict with the rules. Give more firm warnings like this needs to stop. And try one more time. So I reopened the server. And it is now trimmed. The original group of people are gone. So far, it's been good. I've not had to give a single warning out. I am going to watch how I admin, because there was a while there I was getting to the point where I was just deleting comments, which pissed people off too. And instead of just deleting comments, I'm just going to give constructive feedback. Like if it is breaking the rules, I'll just private message. I'm like, come on, man. Like, you know, this is kind of violating this one thing. But so far, everyone's been cool. So I reopened it. There's the shortened version. And I'm not naming names because it really doesn't matter who. It just, yeah. That's what happens. So you didn't get banned. You didn't do anything. I just got sick of drama. So what do? I introduce it to myself again. Try again. Glutton for punishment. Clearly. You know, they gave us a whole dump of energy and took off the cap for energy. I always used to be out of energy every day, so I could get the 150 or whatever, the max refill, the 120. The max refill once per day, because you only get it if you're out. Now you can get it whenever. And I am slowly dwindling this down. I had 6,000. I am burning through the energy fast, so it's not going to last long, but it's still nice that there's no cap. I never understood the cap on energy. I don't think they should have energy, period. They should restrict how many times you can play something. That's fine. I get that. You don't want to constantly give rewards out. Like this, you have 5 times. There's no energy used. It's just you play it 5 times. Restricting how much you can play a piece of content makes more sense to me than the energy thing, but it is what it is. It's not my game. I would have done it differently. But I always, every day, farm. Your proc video helped me a lot. Cool. I'm glad. A lot of people don't realize what programmed random occurrence is or how it works. And lining it up properly to get the most out of certain things, it's rough. And I remember when I first started and I didn't know what it meant. I wasn't able to do anything because I didn't understand what the procking was. But when it was explained to me, I thought it was very useful base information everybody should have. So I'm glad it helped. I might do an updated video soon. I had 35,000 energy before the cap. Yeah, see, some people are like that. And I've heard of a lot of people, like they never get the daily 120 energy because they're always capped out. I never was. I always had 0. I farm everything. I'm like, well, you see me right now. I'm doing auto clears, and I love, they call it sweep now. I'm doing sweeps on everything. I always sweep. And I don't do everything. I am actually selecting, and that's the big thing, and maybe this is part of a video, is this little icon down here where you can see the mouse pointer, which is this way. Yeah, so right there, my finger's disappearing, but right there, there's this little thing, and you can choose what pops up down here by hitting the edit icon, which my chair is hiding. Now I can touch it right here, this edit icon. And you hit this, and you check the boxes of what you want to appear there. And you can customize what your dailies are. So there's certain things that have items that drop that I don't care about. And there's certain things that I do. So I set up my stuff to what I think is the most important. Mostly around bios and resources that are more useful for me. Especially the ISO 8 boosters. I always get these ISO 8 boosters. Like, that's basically it. BIOS and ISO 8 boosters are the big things I go after. There are some things that'll give, like, the smaller ISO 8s that I don't need. There's some extra ones that just give the Phoenix feathers and shards, which I don't really need because I'm usually capping them and exchanging them for cards. I do want the BIOS here, though, so I have some, so I'm still getting some. So these are the ones, and this is my personal choice, but these are the ones I check. So you can freeze it here if you watch it in the future, and I'll scroll up to this section. So here's the next section. So most of that's unchecked. And I have a reason I do certain things checked and certain things I don't check, but and then you just hit apply. And then I try to run these, and I'll sweep most of it. Most of the stuff on this list is a sweep thing, but again, you can see most of it's BIOS. Because you need your BIOS to level up gear and uniforms and characters and all this stuff. You need BIOS for a lot of stuff, so I even stockpile, because again, I run everything on a daily basis. So like in what is it, Dimension Missions, there's a shop. I've got 4 million tokens. So if I ever need BIOS, I typically try to put them on one person so they're all stacked in one spot. My go-to is Shang-Chi, because Shang-Chi is one of my 3 favorite Marvel characters, which unfortunately sucks in the game. So I'll just pop in here and I'll just pop in a couple hundred BIOS and I'll just stack them up. And then he'll have all these BIOS. So when I need BIOS, I just go to Shang-Chi and use his BIOS for anything that doesn't need to have like a bonus. But I mean, I've got tons of BIOS for him now, you know. I've got 17,000 BIOS for him right now, so I'm in good shape. And those go quick. Those go real quick. Opinion on new update. I haven't looked through all the details yet. I can look through it now, though, and give my opinion. Sevik, good to see you. Hey, how's it blazing? Ha, ha, ha. It's going pretty good. How are you? Going pretty good. Just kind of grilling through some stuff right now. Let's see. So we always want to go to the Marvel Future Fight forums. So if you don't go Marvel Future Fight forum, if you've never been to the forums before, you should be going to the forums. I get feedback all the time that I need to go to the forums and read for updates and stuff. And I just don't half the time. So here's the English forum for those of you not familiar with it. Got excited for Valk, Odin, and Gore. Oh, those are the uniforms? Oh, if Odin's actually going to be usable again, Odin, I'm pretty stoked. I actually spent $100 US just to get his spear uniform with Gungnir, because I was that excited to see him and use him, and used him in AB, and then he dropped off so quick. I was so pissed. Update, I guess it would be under update, right? Or maybe news. Patch notes. May update celebration live streams. Probably the patch notes. 428 patch details completed. Let me see, what do we got going on here? No, that was Luna Snow. Luna Snow Moon Knight. So I guess they don't have the details out yet. They don't have the patch notes out yet, I guess. I did not watch the live stream. Probably should have for the coupons, huh? Yeah, I didn't watch the live stream, so I have no idea what's coming out. But if we're getting a Valkyrie and a No, then like I said, that alone would be pretty slick. Gore has been kind of falling off, so it'd be kind of cool to see him get something decent too. So yeah, no notes yet. They'll release them eventually, so I don't have an opinion yet. I have not even clicked on this thing where they do like, hey, upcoming somewhere. I thought it was up here. Never mind. You can see on YouTube, they look so good. Gotcha. Yeah, I didn't even look. Fair enough. Fair enough. Survival, probably. Yeah, it's still calculating. Still calculating. I have a feeling I know where I landed. Probably like 3rd or 4th place, because I don't grind that as much. Zombie survival drives me nuts. Otherworld battle, that's going to be an offline thing. Team battle, offline thing. Timeline battle, offline thing. Unless you guys want to see my characters while we chat. But alliance battle is the next thing to do, which I have to switch to my phone to do. I guess I could. Reaction to the looks, please. Fine. Fine. Actually, I don't know the best way to do this. Display capture. I guess I could do a display capture, couldn't I? Let's see. Marvel Future Fight. Is it going to be shown in the sneak peek? I guess. Guess we'll look at the sneak peek real quick. Give me 1 second. Control Shift B. Display capture. Why is this not working? Yeah, I don't see how to force it to work. Looks like it's not working. Can y'all see that? It used to work just fine. I don't know why it's not working now. I don't see it. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, it doesn't seem like it's working. I don't know why it's not working either. What if I go to properties? Desktop duplication? Is that not? That doesn't work either. Properties. Windows 10? No, that's not working either. Huh. I do not understand. Well, that's going to suck for future games that I try to do a Windows capture on. This is how I used to do the browser thing all the time. Sorry, technical difficulties. What do they change here that it doesn't work anymore? Oh, okay, I just had to hit play. Not a fan of... Yeah, so Valkyrie looks fine. Obviously, I always think about accuracy based upon where it's coming from. So when I look at stuff like this, I'm thinking of the cultural significance. Like, I know it's a game, I get that. So the first thing is this sword is not a period accurate sword. I guess my transformation is all messed up on this, so you can't see the whole thing. If I hit edit transformation, which way do we gotta move this? Yeah, there we go. Sitting, don't worry, we'll get there. So like this sword is not a Scandinavian sword at all. So I'm not a huge fan of the sword. This whole lace-up thing, it's not a Scandinavian outfit in any way, shape, or form. So not massively a fan of that. I mean, I don't hate the outfit. I just kind of mixed feelings, like nothing super cool about it. Likewise over here, looking at Odin, like the beard's fine. I don't like the eye patch. I don't like the short hair. The armor, again, not very period accurate. Definitely looks like something out of European fantasy. He's got his wolves on his shoulders, Gatti and Freki, which, okay, I don't know if they have Gatti and Freki in Marvel. So, and at least lore-wise, he has two wolves, Gatti and Freki, like he has two ravens, Hunan and Munin. So, I don't know. I'm glad he has Gungnir again. I am a fan of the red and black theme, which is kind of cool. So it's kind of like mixed feelings. Gore here looks closer to the comics, so it's more of a comic accurate Gore with the tentacles and stuff. So I do kind of like that. I do like the sleek black look is kind of neat. This, I guess those are supposed to be wings or part of his outfit. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how I feel without this stuff's being so big and out there. Necrosword is all black now, which is fine. Also, the Necrosword looks much closer to the actual Necrosword than what they did with the movie, which I kind of like. If you remember, and a lot of people overlook this, but in the game itself, the Necrosword is not just in one spot. A lot of people are thinking like, oh, you know, the Necrosword is all... Hey, Sandikar. The Necrosword is actually wielded by Null, too. Like, that's the Necrosword. That's the same sword that Gore's using. So it's kind of cool to see it closer to the comic book accurate Necrosword, which can technically it's alive and can change shape. It was actually forged by Null in the head of a Celestial in the comics, if I remember correctly. I think Null killed Celestial and then forged this in his head, and it became a living symbiote deal, which they call the Necrosword. Which again, it's called All Black is the name of the Necrosword, if I remember correctly. But Gore is wielding the same weapon. It's the exact same weapon. So I wonder if Gore is going to be meta now, which makes me think I should have gotten a Conquest, or maybe I should put a Conquest on Gore, see how good he is, because I might need to get this authority on him, and I might need to give him a Conquest. But this Necrosword is supposed to be that exact same sword Null is wielding, so at least in that updated version, it looks more like the comic versions. You can tell it's the same sword. Because, in fact, Gore got it because Null was fighting with someone, I don't remember who it was, but he ends up crash landing on Gore's planet and drops the Necrosword. So Gore literally picks up Null's sword. So it literally is the same sword. So interesting stuff there. Gore looks like Voldemort, but I like this look better than the live-action Batman version. Batman version? Why is it Batman version? Just because it's Christian Bale, I think is the actor's name. Is just because of the actor. Yeah, this looks better for Gore. I'm not sure how I feel about Valkyrie and Odin, but like I said, at least he has Gungnir back. Let's see. Is she Angela or Valk? I think that's Valkyrie. That doesn't look like Angela to me. It looks like Valkyrie. I mean, you can even look at the old uniforms for Valkyrie before they decided to do all the movie checkbox swap-in stuff. Whatever. I did not like the movie, period, not just for that. It just was poorly written. I think Taika Waititi is not very respectful of other people's cultures. Not that that matters, but Taika Waititi is great when it comes to comedy, but when you take something like comic books where people take mildly seriously because they get into them, see, I mean, that doesn't look much different than the original design. So, now here's the other thing to keep in mind, too. See, this is closer to a period sword. That is much more accurate to what you would see in Scandinavian swords. Granted, a little elaborate with the hilt and even with the crossguard, but this is much closer to what you would see for a sword of that time period. The outfit's not in any way, shape, or form, but the sword is. The spear's reasonably close, too. So it would be interesting to see her get back to that. Valkyrie is not a name. Even the character, Valkyrie, is not a name. She's a nameless character. In the comics and in lore, the Valkyria, which Val means dead or slain, Kyria means to choose or chooser, one who chooses. So one who chooses the slain, and all of them are Valkyria, not just one. And like that even shows, like even in the movies, they show a whole bunch of the Valkyries. They call them Valkyries. They don't use the Old Norse Valkyria. Just like they don't say hell, they say hell-a. They have all the Valkyries all coming in, flying in and stuff like that on their winged horses. And no, it's not Pegasus like some people say. It's not a Pegasus. Pegasus is the name of a specific flying horse. It's not every horse with wings is a Pegasus. Pegasus is a name, and Valkyrie is not. So it's very generic. It's like saying, it would be like, I don't know, calling Kate Bishop Archer. It's what she is. It's not her name. Advancement time. So I've actually been wanting to tier 4 Agent Venom to use in World Boss. So we're going to tier 4 him right now. I don't recommend it, but I need a better lead for pushing World Boss, so I'm going to do it. Ta-da! And let's get a challenges, and then we are going to pop on a striker as well. But I like this look better than the live-action Batman. Yep. Deleted message. The update is based on Judgment Day comic book. That makes sense. That makes sense. Are any of the Thor movies good? It's opinion-based. In my personal opinion, the original Thor movie was not bad. Thor Ragnarok was by far the best. And it's actually, I consider it to be one of the better Marvel movies. A lot of people don't agree with me. After that, I did not like any of the Thor movies at all. I thought they were horrible. I actually used to keep a list of Marvel movies and how I rated them, and I would discuss them with viewers. My opinion is not shared. For example, The Winter Soldier I thought was a terrible movie, and a lot of people I've spoken with while streaming Marvel Future Fight are like, what are you talking about? Winter Soldier is like one of the best. I'm like, no, it's absolutely terrible, in my opinion. Again, you like what you like. Now, interestingly enough, there is exceptions. So a lot of my judgment of whether or not I like a movie is how accurate it is to the original content. However, a movie can be so good you don't care. The biggest way to piss me off is to get away too much from the original content, because at that point it's disrespectful. You're saying you're better than the original author. That pisses me off. But if you do it well enough that it's okay and it's your own version, I can sometimes overlook it, and there's a lot of examples. But a lot of modern movies have a tendency to basically just take the names and rewrite it in such a way that it's painful to watch for me. Doctor Strange is a prime example. I am a huge Doctor Strange fan. I've got most of the comics I've got like 4 boxes, like big boxes of comics. And I would say about 1/4 of them are just Doctor Strange comics. I've been reading them since I was a kid, and I've read it. I've read his whole story. Like I know I can tell you all sorts of stuff. First appearance in Strange Tales, like with the Human Torch, and then they didn't do his backstory till later, and what his backstory was, and all sorts of stuff. I can really go into some detail on Doctor Strange, and the movie is a far take from the comics. Now, just like with the comics, each author takes them in a different directions. They do the same thing in the comics, but they keep the core of the character usually alive. Sometimes they do a full rewrite, like when they tried to do there's a Doctor Strange where they tried to make Doctor Strange his alias, and he had like a blue mask, and they changed his actual birth name with a spell. It was really stupid. But again, you change it too much, and it ends up being bad. The Doctor Strange movie moved away from a lot of the lore, but I felt kept enough of the character, and Benedict Cumberbatch was charming and comical enough that you can forgive it. That's not Baron Mordo. They rewrote Baron Mordo completely, but the actor is such a good actor, you can kind of forgive it. Ancient One is not a title you pass. There's been one Ancient One, period, ever at all times. He's called the Ancient One because he's so old. He was a Tibetan man, and they changed it for China, apparently, because China has issues with people from Tibet, apparently. And they made it a title that was passed. And Tilda Swinton is such a great actress. Again, you kind of overlook it sometimes. But at least in the case of Tilda Swinton, unlike Baron Mordo, they rewrote the character as being a title. So it's a different Ancient One. So the other Ancient One can still exist, but Baron Mordo is a full rewrite. Baron Mordo is a complete cat in the comics. Like, straight up, when you learn about Doctor Strange's backstory, and you find out about his hands being crushed, being an arrogant neurosurgeon, and him going to look for solutions and spending his fortune trying to get his hands repaired, and he goes to Carmitage out in the Himalayas, and he walks up there, and he's looking for healing, and the Ancient One's like, no, you're an arrogant dick, I ain't helping you. And he actually, Baron Mordo is trying to kill the Ancient One for power and take over as owning the whole facility. And Doctor Strange overhears and goes to warn the Ancient One, and Baron Mordo puts a spell which puts like a psychic metal block bolted to his lips so he can't talk at all, and he still tries to warn the Ancient One, risking his own life. The Ancient One knew. The Ancient One blocked him, but because of the self-sacrificing nature where Doctor Strange is going to risk his own life to stop Mordo, and the fact that when he was offered to learn magic, he's like, I'm not here to learn magic, I'm here to get my hands healed. When he risked his life like that and knew about Baron, like there's people like that, he decides to dedicate his life like, okay, teach me magic. I need if people like Baron Mordo are out there with this kind of power, I need to learn magic to stop them. And that's how he became, Doctor Strange, Master of Black Magic. I mean, I can even go so far as to tell you, like, the Eye of Agamotto was a symbol, and everyone had a different Eye of Agamotto. And in fact, the original Doctor Strange Eye of Agamotto was a square, and he had a blue cloak. And when he originally faced Dormammu, because the Ancient One's getting old and weak, he defeats Dormammu by fighting him to a standstill, because Dormammu is a man of honor. He actually is in the dark dimension, but he's shielding it from the mindless ones, which are coming in to destroy the dark dimension. And when he's fighting them back, Doctor Strange is there. They're throwing spells back and forth, so Dormammu can't use his full power because he's protecting the dark dimension. Because of how strong Doctor Strange is, he has to let go of his shield, and the mindless ones come through, and he can't push them back. So Doctor Strange uses his Eye of Agamotto to amplify Dormammu's power to push back the mindless ones. And thus, honor-bound, Dormammu owes him a boon. So his boon is to never attack Earth as long as Doctor Strange lives. So he grants it, and he's pissed about it. So he's always trying to get revenge on Doctor Strange. When he comes back, the Ancient One rewards him with a new Eye of Agamotto, which is circular, and the Cloak of Levitation. So it's like, there's all this stuff with the backstory. So the movie takes a very, very big twist. But with all of that said, I still rate Doctor Strange as a 10 out of 10. They still did such a good job at capturing the essence of the character without swaying too far, even though they did a lot of rewrites. So even though I judge movies partially based upon how close they are to the original story and material, I make leeways for well-written or captivating stories. And in some cases, like Winter Soldier, felt boring to me. I didn't enjoy it. But Thor Dark World felt engaging. It was that dark fantasy that I love. It felt good. It worked. It captivated me with the story. I cared about the characters. It had good humor without overshadowing the humor. I felt like they were well developed and built out, and it was an engaging story for me. I didn't feel that way with Winter Soldier. I'm just like, okay, this guy with a robotic arm is just stronger than all the Avengers. This is ridiculous. Oh, it's like a super spy. It's like it just didn't fit. It just felt. It's like I don't care about this random guy with a mask and a metal arm. Like whoop-de freaking do. Like it really just. I just couldn't get into it. So anyway, there's my little tirade. My neighbor kids was about to wreck the house. Why? I'm back. Welcome back. Message retracted. Imagine if you had a rare comic you could sell for 1 million USD. That would be sweet. I would do it in a heartbeat. You were absolutely right on Winter Soldier. Yeah, and like I said, it's just an opinion because there's other people who said that they love Gore looks so cool with that. Yeah, it's definitely a cool look. I just don't like the big pop-up things he have. He should have the cape like thing on head. What cape-like thing? Oh, you mean like those things, but wear it like a head? No, might be interesting. So there's one guy who compared the Winter Soldier to like a spy flick, and that's why he liked it, and it was his favorite in the series. Which again, that's fine. Like what you like. We all like different stuff. So anyway, that's my tirade. Timeline battle. I don't know if you guys want to see me do timeline battle. What do you guys want to see? Do you have questions? Do you have things you want to talk about, or do you just want to see some autoplay? You want to see me do alliance battle real quick? I gotta switch to my phone, but I can do some alliance battle if you want to see some alliance battle. Let's see in the comments. What are you all interested in seeing? I'm going to play the game regardless. And if y'all don't come up with stuff, I'm just going to do whatever I want to do. But let me charge my phone for a little bit. Sanji Dunsari, good to see you. Welcome, welcome. Is CTP competition is trash without Mighty? No. But it's better with the Mighty because of the Fury. Most CTPs have a sizable jump in power with reforging. And you usually, in almost all cases, there's exceptions, but in almost all cases, you want to make sure that you're getting the power. So, for example, I've got a competition over here. I know it's a brilliant, but this Fury, right, what is it doing? It is increasing all damage by 100 and, well, whatever. It's increasing damage by a percentage and additionally increases by another percentage based upon concentration. So, when Fury pops off, it's like a second proc. And it's amplifying, and your concentration on your account also amplifies on top of the flat rate amplification. And that is on top of the lower numbers. Now, in the case of Mighty, the wall of how high it can get is lower than on the case of Brilliant, which is much higher. Hey, ABXZ, welcome, welcome. Yeah, no, that's pretty cool. Do you think you'd be able to tell me what's wrong with my Mephisto? Yeah, absolutely. What's your account? I can give you some feedback. Autoplay? You want to see some... Well, autoplay is in, like, you allow the game to, like... You start the game mode and let it play itself. I appreciate it a lot. It's big ABXZ. Sure, absolutely. So... Yeah, I'm no longer going to do full account reviews. They take too long, and I'm repeating a lot of the same information, so I'm in fact going to make a video that gives all the basic new player knowledge, but I will look at accounts and give advice if you have a question or two. BXG, ABXZ, like this, like, you know. How much scores your Moon Knight is doing? I want to say about 13 or 14 million. Not very much. A lot of people are struggling with him. He's better... than Winter Soldier. It's better if you do, I think, you know, he's not the swap play one. I don't know if there's a swap play for him or not, but he's not massively impressive. But he still does the best for speed day, so. On the speed days that you can use him. Alright, so the first problem is you're not tier 4. The second problem is you don't have a max uniform. You don't have a max ice weight set. All of that is going to hit you. Your Fury is very, very, very low. You don't have his artifact. You at least have some things amplified. He probably doesn't have enough Odin's Blessings. In fact, all of your Odin's Blessings should be sparkly. That energy at the top should be sparkly. Like, you can... I forget. I think it's called amplification or something like that. Yeah, you've got these other ones sparkly. So you should sparkle everything. Make it all sparkly. Make it like a Twilight Vampire. In the sun. What should I reroll the CTP for? So one of the cool things is this. When it's a Mighty, and this is something to keep in mind. This is advice for everyone when it comes to CTPs. When you're rerolling a brilliant requires you to use CTPs for your rerolls. So if I change my options, let me do a single change. So if I change my options, you have to use CTPs. So rerolling brilliants suck. It's horrible. It's terrible. But if you're going to reroll a mighty, you use your boosts or your basic obelisks. So those you can reroll as many times as you want. So it is my advice and my opinion that if you're going to reroll a mighty, reroll it to the best possible. Now, when re-rolling your CTPs, let me find a mighty for you really quick. I think I got brilliance on a lot of mine. I'm sorry. Brilliant. Mighty, here we go. I want a mighty conquest. Competition, I mean. Give me 1 second. I can't remember. There we go. So here's a mighty conquest. So if I manage my gear, right, and I hit change auto option. Change auto option means you'll roll until you hit it. If you don't, it just randomly and stops the next one. When it comes... Oh, no, that's not the right one. I am so sorry. Cold damage is Memphis? What do you mean cold damage is Memphis? Yeah, no. Let me find a... I'm pretty sure I have a competition, not a conquest. Mighty... That's conquest again. Mighty competition. Come on. Someone has a mighty competition. I know they do. I know I don't have just brilliant comp... Oh, yeah. Moon Knight has one. Where's Moon Knight? I don't have it memorized, so I'm going to show you, and I'm going to show you how you can check yourself. Here we go. He's got a mighty. So again, we're going to hit change option with the auto. So the first thing you do is you check this. So there's 2 stats you can have, Fury and just all attack. You want Fury. If you check this box, it'll land on anything. You want the max stat. So max stat for Fury is this one with the little cup. 60% and 60% additional. That's the max one for Fury. Then the other thing that you want, now these top 2, I wouldn't worry about them. You don't want to waste too much. You want to go down to the bottom one. The bottom one here, these are the 3 stats. Again, this little crown is the max, which as you can see, I have that. So 15%, that's the activation rate. When you attack, there's a 15% chance. It ignores boss's damage decrease by 55%. And it increases all damage dealt to boss types equal to 6% of total instinct up to 140% for 6 seconds. And then there's a 7-second cooldown for it to pop up again. So if you compare these, comparatively speaking, right, how do these drop? It drops by 5% and then another 5%. So I would avoid the 45 completely. I personally think the 5% and the 0.5 is going to add up. Technically, you could check both of these. I personally would go for the max stat. So I would check that, and then I would come here and check that, and then I would re-roll it until you get it. That's what I would do. So I've got a 60-60, and then I've got a 15, and I've got a 55. That's... I don't think that's max. Wasn't it 60 for the max, or was it 55? My brain. Okay, I do have max. So I have max on this. So that's what I'm saying, like the 60-60 and the 55. So I would re-roll it for that. That's my opinion. Some people say the top number is more important on Mighties and Brilliants. On Brilliants is especially true because the Brilliant cap gives a couple extra seconds, usually for the proc timer, for how long it lasts for. What stats do I go for? Those are the stats I would go for. That's my opinion. This is BXG account. Yes, this is BXG's account. You're absolutely right on Winter Soldiers. CTP trash. Autoplay. Yo. Oh, autoplay is what you want me to do. I got you. We'll do that. Renifex, welcome. Raghav, welcome. Not much. How are you? Welcome to live. I am always dual streaming on Twitch and YouTube, so if you're wondering why you see some comments and the other ones you do not, and when I have comments pop up over here, they're only Twitch comments because I have it set for that. I don't have it set for the YouTube ones. So I'm not talking to myself. I'm talking to 2 different chats. Yeah, that's my 2 cents. That's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. Oh, Nope, nope, nope. I'm not trying to reroll anything. Trying to do quick upgrades. But yeah, all of that is going to affect your Mephisto. So with your Mephisto, like I said, finish off the ISO 8 set. That's the number one thing to do. Max out all your stats. Finish glorifying your Odin's Blessings. This here is a 60, 60, and a 45. So the bottom part there could be a 55. You have the lowest bottom stat possible, which is going to hurt you, and not having the artifact as well. So as an example here, I mean, I know I've got a Brilliant, so we can't really count my Mephisto against yours. But having the tier 4, having the Mythic uniform with all of the options, and having the options, see, Mythic, 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 that's a normal one, Mythic. So having all of these maxed out helps as well. Choosing the options to max your stats, you should see gold. Gold means you're capped. You should cap your attack speed, crit rate, crit damage, dodge on, and cooldown and ignore defense on every single character. That's PvE. Every single PvE character should have those capped. You don't cap on energy or whatever your attack is. He's an energy character, so you want to get as much there as you can. Having stuff like a Brilliant, of course, helps. Having his actual artifact and leveling it up gives him extra damage for all elemental types. Having a maxed out ISO 8 set with all of them being red stars gives you a higher effect. So the set bonus that you get, the actual activated bonus, is higher based upon, like, all of these here are higher if you have everything maxed out, and you just get more. This is 12 stage 12 effects. You want the stage 12 effects on them. Type, of course, can help as well. And then maxing out everything else. As you can see here, I have everything amplified. Everything's blinky, glowy stuff. Every single one of them. This one might be super amplified if I... Is that Glory one? Graved Odin's Blessing. And yeah, Glory. That's what you want. So you have all of these, right? But then you have some of them, it could be like the super extra one, which is the Glory one, which I might switch that to Doctor Strange. Because I like to max up my Doctor Strange. I didn't realize I had one sitting on him. Because I don't think Doctor Strange, I don't think all of his are... Yeah, not all of his magics are... Oh, he has one, but I could give him 2. Would I choose Doctor Strange over Mephisto? Yeah. And then, of course, getting your gear down at the bottom. So all of that stuff will help you do more. How would I get the artifact? Either from a selector or getting lucky. My GR got all amplified. That's good. I do remember you, of course. Cool gameplay. Absolutely. Hey, dude. Hey, Rebez. Good to see you again. Welcome, welcome. All right. We are going to autoplay for a minute. Feel free to ask additional questions. I am not doing full account reviews anymore for those just joining in, but I will answer account questions if you have specific questions. I am going to autoplay a little bit here, and we'll let it play. So I'll turn off the auto turn off so you can see my account either win or die. And yeah, you doing account reviews? I'm answering account questions. So if you have like a specific question on one thing, because I've noticed, and Solar Wolf pointed this out, that I'm repeating the same information on almost every review because the information is the same. So I'm going to make a universal video for what I consider the best advice for cards, CTPs, builds, focus, blah, 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 blah. Basically the same thing I'm repeating. Because if you notice my other reviews, RenFX, you'll notice I'm basically saying the same thing to almost every player. So instead of repeating myself, I figured I'll answer one-off questions. Like, hey, what do you think is the best stat to roll for the CTP? Which CTP should I put on this character? Who should I work on next? What game mode do you recommend? Things like that. So I'll still answer questions, but not full reviews. Because I don't find them helpful for anyone. Because everyone's waiting then. Because if there's like 5 to 10 people who have questions, I can just pop through which question, and just knock out the questions. And then I'm not, you know, having people wait for like an hour just to get to them. There's a method in my madness. And we're... Hey, Red Scarface, man. Good to see ya. Good to see ya. How are you? They had me looking at the update and giving my opinion. What do you think of the update? I'm doing okay. It's raining outside, so I'm not going to be able to finish the grass, unfortunately, but I'm streaming right now anyway, so it's okay. We shall survive. Yeah, hopefully it helps. ABXE. Oh, yeah. Anyone who wants to ask questions, I've got a Discord. You're welcome to join the Discord. You got to agree to the rules. And if you don't follow the rules, you'll get warnings and eventually just get banned. I'm not dealing with drama no more. So if you want to hang out and ask other people, I have a consultant at channel with an advice channel where you can specifically ask for advice. And multiple people will weigh in. And if people don't agree, they'll talk about it. Never believe one person, get a lot of people to give you advice. And then it does. Thank you. Absolutely. I'm good, thanks. God, my back's starting to heal soon. I can go back to work. Oh, I didn't know your back was messed up. I hope it gets better. But there's a consultant role, and then there is a reminder role, which will ping you when I'm about to go live. Around go live time, it'll also give you a reminder for your reset and setting your AT teams if you have interest. I have other stuff in there too, like games and martial arts and religion, but you can opt out of those channels. You choose the channels you want to see. Marvel Future Fight is a role that you give yourself by reacting. It's Carlbot reaction roles. So if you're looking for a Discord server, come hang out. If you want to be a jerk and troll, don't bother, because I'll just ban you. You'll be banned for life, forever. Yeah, I always autoplay the PvP stuff, and I like to use the sweep. If you've got the energy, especially if you're sitting with 65,000 energy, I know that sounds like an attack because it kind of is. If you're sitting with 65,000 energy, you should be autoplaying everything, honestly, doing the sweep on almost everything. Getting all your materials, like even working to get those crafting card tokens to unlock boxes makes a difference. I mean, the materials are important. It's good stuff. Did you have a specific question, Renifex? Because you asked about account reviews. About the update, I don't know what to say. It looks good. The new uniform, I hope Othin is good. Do some good in AB, make, replace Loki. That would be fantastic. I would love Othin to come back into the meta. When he got his uniform with his Gungnir and his goofy-ass helmet and his gold armor, I spent 100 USD making sure I maxed him out because I was so excited to use him. And then he dropped out of the meta in like, what, a month or two? Like, he was not in the meta long. He had a cool rotation, neat animations. Got that personal place in my heart because, well, I'm partially Icelandic because of my mom. But also Gore looks crazy. Yeah, but he at least looks comic accurate, so I'm kind of digging it. I like comic accurate stuff. Makes me happy. Unless it's a dumb comic accurate one. My brother kept trying to have me go in halvesies with him on a Morbius Doctor Strange 2-pack for figures. Because he loves Michael Morbius and he knows Doctor Strange is my favorite Marvel character. And I kept telling him, no, I don't need more figures. So he bought it himself and gave me the Doctor Strange. You want to see this Doctor Strange figure? Of course you do. keeping him in the original packaging. Because, you know, I like to take care of my toys. I got a lot. I've got like 16, 17 Doctor Strange figures. Here's his spell discs, which I'm not going to pull out of the packaging because I don't want to. I just need to try to get him back into the packaging without damaging him. Yay! Oh, I only won twice? That's cheating. Whoever I was playing against was watching this, and they were live and manually playing. So, Bill, it's Bill. Let me autoplay something else, and I'll show you another figure. I'll show you my favorite. Oh, he's dusty. My wife's gonna get mad if I show that off. I need to dust my shelf again. I hate how much dust collects in this room. Should I show you my dusty figure anyway? Don't tell anyone. Yeah. That's like my favorite Doctor Strange one. Yeah, he needs to be dusted. I'll dust him later today. Wow. I think that's enough dusty toys for right now. Those are not dusty, but I gotta get up to go over there. But yeah, no, I've got some cool figure, good collection, fun stuff. If you want to see a close-up of that figure, I've got on my YouTube channel. So if you're on Twitch, go over to my YouTube. Actually, here, I'll do this. Yeah, if you want to go over to my YouTube, you can check out that Doctor Strange figure. I kind of do like, check out my figures. Look how cool they are. And if you're on YouTube, obviously, just go to the channel itself. Of course. See if anybody joined my Discord since I sent the invite. Nope. Okay. I tried. I got my mace and my warhammer nearby as I autoplay. All right, pause for a few more questions. Since I think no. We're gonna finish this autoplay here, and then I'm gonna play GBR, and then I will wrap it. Not GBR, AB, Infinite Mode AB. And after Infinite Mode AB, if you want additional questions, if not, we'll wrap up the stream after Infinite Mode AB, which I expect 29 to 30 million, roughly. We shall see. And I'm going to use my device. Literally just dusted this off last week, and it's already needing to be dusted again. Like, seriously? We'll vacuum it up. I'll just wipe it on the floor. I don't know why there's so much dust in this room. It's so frustrating. 31? You can do 31? Bro. That's insane. Yeah, I can't. I've done 30. I did 30 once. One time. Usually it's longer. Oh, an ad's about to start. Be prepared. Say my name? Schwimo? I guess. Is that your name? Why do you want me to say your name? 7880. That's supposed to mean something in a different language or something that I don't know? No, bro. My name is Shui Mo. I guess that's how you would pronounce it. I don't know phonetically how that would be pronounced. Welcome, welcome. We're playing Marvel Future Fight. Actually, right now we're auto playing, and then I'm gonna hook up my cooling device for my phone, and I'm gonna switch to my mobile device, and then I'm going to beat the crap out of Infinite Open Day AB, because it's like AB is my favorite game mode. What about you? What's your favorite game mode? What do you like playing in Marvel Future Fight? Thought on Brand New Day. Brand New Day. What do you mean Brand New Day? Story mode. Ha 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 ha. AC. Lol. What I miss? Oh, your favorite game mode is story mode and AC. Really? Alliance Conquest? Interesting. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. Obviously, I like Alliance Battle the best. Obviously. Spider-Man. Oh! I didn't even see the trailer for Spider-Man Brand New Day. I guess a new trailer had to have dropped. I didn't even notice. Huh. There's 2 trailers out. Okay. Do we want to see the... Guess we can watch both of them, right? Let's watch them together, and I'll give you my opinion. How's that sound?
Meet Sabrina Gonzalez, Walmart pharmacy.
Ads, sorry.
In her night.
Alright, so I'm going to drag this here. I'm going to drag this here. Then I'm going to drag this to this. And then I'm going to blow this up, and I'm going to hit Control-Shift-B to hide my stuff. And then I'm going to say Display Capture one more time. And I'm going to close the LD player for a second while that auto plays in the background. And we're going to watch the first trailer.
I can't believe our first hit MIT! MJ, come on, pretend like you're not the happiest you've ever been in your entire life.
I can't.
I knew it!
Hi, my name is Peter Parker. You don't remember me, but we used to know each other. Something bad was going to happen, and the only way to stop it was to make everyone forget about me. Because I'm not just Peter Parker. I'm Spider-Man.
The hell, Frank? You just hit me with a van!
Put your weapon. Suit yourself.
Go home!
That was pretty funny.
And sometimes Spider-Man has to do the hard thing, even if it breaks Peter Parker's heart. What is happening to me? Excuse me, Dr. Banner. I need your help.
What did you say your name was? If DNA is mutated, it would be enormously dangerous.
Spiders have 3 life cycles. When between cycles, it can leave the spider vulnerable to threats.
We are faced with a danger that we can't control. One we can't even see.
Stay out of my way.
You're losing it, kid.
And for those spiders who make it through, it amounts to a kind of rebirth.
Nice flowers.
Oh, they're, a housewarming gift.
I'm MJ.
I'm just a neighbor from across the hall.
Friendly neighbor.
Hey, Kardaki, welcome. Let's watch the second trailer and I'll give my opinion. I got mixed feelings.
Hi, my name is Peter Parker. You don't remember me, but we used to know each other.
Doctor Strange! Oh,
I'm
sorry.
not just Peter Parker. I'm Spider-Man.
Spiders have 3 life cycles. When between cycles, it can leave the spider vulnerable to threats. It amounts to a kind of rebirth.
I can't tell if they're doing Man Spider or if they're doing the Venom thing. I assume the Man Spider thing.
Explain everything. I'll make you remember me. Yeah, I promise.
We are faced with a danger that we can't control.
Stay out of my way.
Oh, he had the black symbiote suit on, so probably is the... Yes, yeah, okay, so they're not doing the Man Spider thing, they're doing the, I think it's pretty clear that they're probably doing the,
Hello? Whoa. Mama?
they're doing the, symbiote thing instead of the, Man Spider. So I thought maybe they're having them metamorphosize in the whole Man Spider thing. Oh, I got some feelings. So I guess to start with, that's a fake trailer. What's a fake trailer? The second one? Thought on Brand New Day, Spider-Man did a new trailer drop. It's like AI. Hello, sir, what's up? The first scene. The M rage is the 200% enraged more important than the 0.9? No, I don't think so. Not on a Mighty. And honestly, because it's Mighty, I would reroll to get them both. Well, Doctor Strange is my favorite character, all right? Clearly, I'm more excited to see him than Spider-Man. I heard rumors that we won't see the Spider-Man because they don't want to scare children. Oh, the Man Spider? I could see that. I could see that. That's a fake trailer. Yes, the first one is real. The second one is something I've never seen before. I mean, so what I did is I searched Spider-Man Brand New Day, and it was from 16 hours ago. It says Spider-Man Brand New Day Trailer 2 Don't Get Too Close Teaser Pros Concept Version. Okay, so the second one is fake. The first one is real. Okay, my bad. It said Trailer 2. My bad. My bad. So we didn't need to watch the second one. I don't know. They might do the Man Spider deal. I don't know. I guess we are going to see. I like Tom Holland as Spider-Man Peter Parker. I don't like the MJ because the MJ is a complete rewrite on the character. I know they renamed her and everything else. I just don't like the MJ at all. I don't like what they did with Flash. Ned, I've got mixed feelings about. I feel like they added, I don't remember a Ned character existing in the comics at all. I don't really... Ooh, we're going to do this. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. Please give it to me. I need it. I need the artifact. I don't like the whole erasing him from the timeline thing with Doctor Strange's spell. I don't like what they did with that. I know what they were trying to do so Sony could maintain control of the character. I don't remember Bruce Banner being the individual he talked to. I thought it was Doc Connor when he started having the Man-Spider changes things, or at least in the Amazing Spider-Man from the 90s that I grew up with. The whole Spider-Man, radioactive Spider-Man, like with all that like weird synthetic sound to the singing. Oh, it's really bad rendition. That's forever out there recorded. You're welcome. You, Blaze, how are you? I'm doing pretty good, Fat Bubba. Welcome. We were just talking about the new Spider-Man trailer that dropped, brand new day, and I'm not sure I'm digging it. Like, I don't think it's going to be terrible, but I have a feeling it's going to lack. I'm just not excited about it. Hobgoblin, right? Ned leads. It would be interesting to have... Oh, wait a minute. That's who that's supposed to be? Is that? No, come on. See, I don't know why they changed the character so much they are literally unrecognizable. Like, I would not have guessed that as Ned Leeds. Not to mention the fact that since when was he going to school with Peter Parker and friends with him as a kid? I don't remember that either. Like, all right. Yeah. I'm more hyped for Lord Voldemort. Why is everyone calling him Lord Voldemort? I don't get it. I don't see it. But yeah, Gore looks pretty slick. At least he's comic accurate-ish. More so. Ay, 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 ay. Thanks for reminding me I'm coming after Ope's Collector Hall chest. Absolutely. He look like him, no nose. I guess. But Voldemort has a nose. It's just two slits like a snake. Versus Gore, who has no nose, period. Of course I didn't get it. Sometimes I wonder why I participate with these, because I never get them, it seems like. Frustration, great frustration. Craft. I've always craft upgrade cards. We are going to switch to the phone here. Ooh, inventory's full again. You know, I really should just get rid of all my stuff down here. I've got so many of these things. There's so many. I've got no room for anything. It's a bit on the frustration side. The MCU has never been the comics. If you are expecting the comics when you watch the MCU, you're going to be disappointed. It has always been its own thing since the first Iron Man. That's a fair assessment and analysis, and honestly, it's probably why I don't care much for the MCU for that reason. I think the comics are far superior to the movies and shows, and honestly, I would rather see new original characters than to see them butcher characters I grew up with. It's just how it is. And I know the argument can be made even in the comics. Whenever a new author gets a hold of a character or story, they change them anyway. So even one comic run compared to another comic run is never going to be the same, never has been the same. And it gets vastly different depending on who gets a hold of it. So I get all of that. I do. I'm not digging a lot of the MCU stuff. I'm really not. For those of you who are, that's fine. No, I'm not one of them. I do it for the essence. Fair. Fair. Convert. Ooh, we got a lot of these. Make a little bit of inventory space here real quick. Oof. It's not what I was trying to do. I was trying to go here and quick upgrade. There we go. Yeah, I went through once all the MCU movies, and I rated them, and honestly, I'm massively disappointed in the vast majority of the MCU movies, personally. And again, if people like them, it's fine. I don't have a problem if other people like them. I don't. There are some that are some diamonds in the rough, but for the most part, I just... yeah. I feel I should pull up the list of all MCU movies. Just movies, not TV shows. Alright, real high level, either good, bad, or indifferent. See, I don't feel like you can just rate it like that. It's either... it has to be like a 5 system rating, like good, bad, or indifferent, but then it's also really bad or really good. Iron Man, good. Incredible Hulk, good. Iron Man 2, good. Thor, good. Captain America First Avenger, good. The Avengers, good. Iron Man 3, it was okay. Thor Dark World was amazing. Winter Soldier was not good. Guardians of the Galaxy was not good. Age of Ultron was not good. Ant-Man was so-so. Captain America Civil War was so-so. Doctor Strange was really good. It was amazing. Guardians of the Galaxy 2, better, but still lacking. Spider-Man Homecoming was good. Thor Ragnarok was absolutely terrible. Black Panther was not good. Avengers Infinity War was okay. Ant-Man and Wasp was not good. Captain Marvel was terrible. Avengers Endgame was pretty good, but it was lacking. Spider-Man Far From Home was pretty good. Black Widow was so-so. Shang-Chi was so-so. Eternals was terrible. Spider-Man No Way Home was kind of good. Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness was sadly lacking, but had potential. Thor Love and Thunder was absolutely horrible. Black Panther Wakanda Forever was horrible. Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumanium was not good. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 was not good. The Marvels was trash. Deadpool and Wolverine was actually really good, almost amazing, but it was really good. Captain America Brave New World was trash. Thunderbolts I didn't even bother watching, and at that point I haven't seen anything since then because I just gave up. So I felt like, in my opinion, just my opinion, the MCU started out fairly strong, but then it just tanked. But what are you gonna do? Ooh, tight match. Do I have? Oh, but I'm not gonna give a 3 for it. Not just for a tight match. You're gone. You're gone. Just get out of here. Dismantled. Dismantlement. And again, to make it clear, I don't care if you like it. You can like what you like. Just because I have an opinion that you don't agree with doesn't make your opinion wrong and mine right. It's an opinion. Thunderbolts was pretty good, man. Fantastic Four, too. It might have been, like I said, at that point I gave up. The MCU just started... I mean, you heard, high level, my opinion, and for the most part, it was like the first phase of the MCU was great, and then to me it just jumped off the edge of a cliff. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I just do not like most of the content they've been doing. That they've been crapping out. Let me set up my phone. I'm going to play the infinite mode here in a second. I got to turn on all my stuff. So we're going to go do not disturb, link to Windows, and we are going to boot up Marvel Future Fight. And we are going to exit here. And hopefully we're not lagging. We're going to pull up some phone link, and then we're going to say connect. And then we're going to say display. Oh, it's already displaying. I didn't know it was going to display right away. Okay, cool. Guess I still had it pulled up on the side. I did not know that. All right, so we're going to go here to Alliance Battle. We will turn up the volume, so we'll see if we're lagging. I don't know what causes it to lag and not lag. And little trick, not only is this the best team, but if you swap here to a tight match for the Instinct, it seems to help. I have Thor with a Mighty Rage, I think. So I think that's the best team right there. So Cyclops, Storm, Dazzler with Thor as your striker. If you have a built Thor. You skip McQuestion. Oh, no. Did I? He looked like him, no nose. The MCU has never been comic. If you're expecting comics when you watch the MCU, you're going to be disappointed. It has always been its own thing since the first Iron Man. I do it for the essence. The comics will always be more. They have thousands of issues and decades that the movies will never have. The MCU is reaching for a large audience. I'm fine with them bringing in more fans. I think you can bring in more fans without estranging your original fan base. And I think that's the problem that a lot of folks are doing. They're taking stories that are beloved by many, and they're altering so much that like Star Wars is a prime example. They're altering them, or Lord of the Rings with the Rings of Power. They're altering them so much that the original fan base wants nothing to do with it, and they're losing fans and replacing them with a smaller fan base in some cases. And I think that's the problem. I think they're about to do it with Harry Potter too. If you keep it somewhere in the middle, and that's the thing, I think the original stories for the MCU and the comics are accessible to new folks. I don't think you need to change them to get more people into it. I think you can let it stand on its own. That's why it was popular to begin with. But even so, I have originally seen old movies like Doctor Strange from the 70s. That was really good, and I enjoyed it. Like, it was mostly comic accurate. I think you can stay true to the source material. Witcher's another example. When you rewrite something too much, it becomes something different, and you lose fans over it. Who all have you upgrading this update? I did 5 tier 4s, 5 tier 3s, 10s transcendence. I already have everyone transcended who can be transcended, and everyone tier 3 can be tier 3. As soon as they come out, I get them right away. Tier 4, I only tier 4 Agent Venom. I don't think I tier 4'd anyone else this update, because I already had pretty much everyone tier 4 I needed to. Most of the characters that got uniforms already had tier 4. Thunderbolts is pretty good, man. Fantastic Four too. I understand. Thunderbolts wasn't what most people expected, and most were pleasantly surprised with what we got. Fair. Yeah, like I said, just opinion. I'm not trying to push my opinion. It's fine if you disagree. I need to say that anymore, because it seems like if you have an opinion that's against the mainstream, like mainstream Hollywood wants to do this, and if you don't agree with that, you're blah, 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 blah. Well, honestly, if that's what people want to think, they can kiss my butt, but I'm fine with people disagreeing with my opinion, and I think they need to be fine with me disagreeing with theirs. So I'm fine with having an open conversation. Most people do not seem to be. Boom. Well, that already got blundered. I'm going to reset that real quick. Shall we? And I did not mean to skip you, Fat Bubba. I apologize. Let's really focus here. See, I've got the little light and fans going on in the background there on my phone. Kind of see it. I don't know if you can hear it or not. Don't matter. My fan's cool. Literally. There we go. Hey, looks like it's not lagging. Cool. My volume thing got over my over my 3. I wasn't able to hit my 3. I should have done the volume different because now it's too low. I was thinking it was too loud, so I tried to change it up. If you haven't noticed, there's a little hand button off to the side now, and that little hand button actually will show you rotations, like suggested rotations, which I think is wild. I think I messed up and missed a 1-2 there. Should be able to clear this guy, and the next one is Gore, and he'll actually get the purple attacks. I just don't want to be hit by the purple attack. Yeah, the Gore is now going to... Ooh, he's too far away. Fun. And, yeah, okay, it's fine. It's fine. We'll work with it. I hate when they're too far away for me to cancel. It screws up all of my damage and rotation. But it does happen sometimes, so this might not be a great score. I think it's pretty sad, though. I voice my opinion and I instantly, reflexively, I'm online, I better give the disclaimer that it's just my opinion. I should not have to do that. Like, of course it's just my opinion. Like, kiss my butt. No! Whew. Could have been bad. I did not get hit by the purple because it blocks them from taking damage, which they did not get blocked. So... I'm stunned. Oh, crap. Man, I get so mad when they're, like, untargetable and stuff, and it pisses me off so bad. Nope, that's not good. Alright, this is the last boss I can clear, and this is usually where I start getting the countdown. So, this is about right. I might need to rerun this if I don't hit my 29 mil. See, I couldn't use my one. I was too far away. That's such baloney. Move, 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 move. Ooh, crap. This is not good. Where's he at? Where's he at? Okay, he's attacking over there. Cool, 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 cool. Stay away, stay away, stay away, stay away, stay away. Come in and kill him. Alright, last one. There's my 29. There's my 29. I swear, he does so much damage to me. I lose so much by trying. Yeah, every time I lose so much, I can't always hit that 30. That's close, but I've gotten higher, and I'll probably play it when I'm not streaming just in case it's affecting me. But that's a reasonable score. At least it's my 29. 29667107. I write down my scores on an Excel spreadsheet because I think it's worth tracking. Because I enjoy tracking because that's just how I roll. Anyway, reasonable, reasonable. Yeah, yeah, duh. Anyway, I can't wait for Luke Cage to get a Disney Plus series. Didn't he already get a Disney Plus series? Or is that Jessica Jones? I mean, I know there was a Defenders They did in the Defenders, where they brought the shows together. That's an example. So, Iron Fist. The first series of Iron Fist I thought was reasonable. A lot of people didn't like it. And it's different from the comics. Like I said, I'm inconsistent. I like what I like. Netflix. That's right. I mean, I think that's the thing. I don't have like a hard set. This has to be what I like. You know, this is the criteria. I either enjoy it or I don't enjoy it, and that's what it comes down to. Yes, I have a tendency to complain when it's not comic accurate in a way that I don't find enjoyable. But at the end of the day, it's just opinions. You either like it or you don't. And in a lot of the MCU examples, I really like the comic better, or cartoon, because I didn't originally grow up with the comics. Like when I was a kid, I was watching the cartoons, like X-Men and Amazing Spider-Man. So like my first introduction was animated cartoons to a lot of these characters, and they were different than the comics, but it's what I was introduced to, and I liked them because of that, which made me get interested in the comics. But I feel like in some cases, some of those different alternate realities with the cartoons, the comics enhanced and added to it instead of feeling like a fully different story to me. That's how I feel. That's how I feel about it. All right, there's my Alliance battle, which is one of my favorite game modes to play. I'm kidding. It's my favorite game mode, period. In this game, this is the one to go. And I always reroll these to Alliance Battle Plus. See, if I look at my characters, because like I said, I tier 4'd Agent Venom. I don't know who I would tier 4, honestly. I know Ares was recent and Agent Venom was recent, but I had everyone else pretty much tier 4. Crystal was before that. So Crystal, Agent Venom, and Ares were my last 3 tier 4s. Everyone else already had tier 4, but those are my last 3. I don't know, because I don't think Quicksilver is worth tier 4ing. Doctor Doom is not worth tier 4ing, right now at least. Silver Surfer is not worth, Shalabal is not worth tier 4ing. Apocalypse is not worth tier 4ing. Cable's not, he was at one time. Strife is not, Hercules is not, Namor is not, Silver Samurai, I don't know, I don't think he is. Emma Frost is not anymore. Magic is not. Polaris, I don't think so, but I considered it. Professor X is not. Black Panther is not. Carnage is not anymore. Groot is not. Kingpin is not. Punisher is not. Taskmaster is not. And Jeff the Landshark. Technically, those two could both work for World Boss. Not right now, at least. Maybe I'll do Jeff. Star-Lord is not. War Machine's not. Sam Wilson's not. Elektra's not. Hawkeye's not. Scarlet Spider might be for the World Boss. Captain Marvel's not anymore. Hela's not. Sentinel's not. Ultron's not. Visions is not. Man, there's a lot of tier 4 characters, aren't there? That I'm missing. Beast is not. Juggernaut is not. Bishop is not. Dazzler might be for the support ability, for World Boss. Kid Omega might be for the swap or for some AB days. Angel's not. X-23 is not, unless, again, World Boss. American Chavez is not. Hulkbuster's not. Red Guardian's not. Blue Dragon's not. Ironheart, support lead for World Boss, maybe. Hawkeye, or Kate Bishop is not. Echo's not. Yelena's not. Destroyer's not. Dr. Voodoo's not. Hellstorm is not. Medusa's not. Yeah. Kid Omega or one of the supports would probably be the next one to tier 4. And I do have the materials. I guess I could do it now while I have the materials. I'm thinking and I'm wondering if I should just wait for Gore and tier 4 Gore first, who's universal. Let's see how many materials I have. I might be able to do both Dazzler and Gore, because I already have tier 4 Odin. $7,000 and $10,000. I'll just wait. I'll just wait for Gore. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, if I had enough to tier 4 Gore as well, but I'm too close. 7,000 is not that much. So I'm definitely going to wait Otherworld battle participation. Let's do 20 clears. I do 10 and 20 clears a day, just to be on the safe side. Get all your rewards. You don't want to wait to see what they do with Valkyrie. I'd be very, very surprised if Valkyrie gets a tier 4, and if she gets a tier 4, I don't think she's going to be meta. She's been a support. She's been one of the best supports in the game, so I'm pretty confident she's going to stay a support character. I'd be very surprised if she was meta usable. So no, I don't think I would wait for Valkyrie. Gore, I could see for maybe being a new meta in AB or something. I'm sorry, not AB, I apologize. In PvP, like timeline battle or something like that. He might be a dud, but I could see him at least getting there. So that's a possibility. So Gore, I think, is worth waiting for. I'm getting the uniforms regardless, but he might be actually meta. Actually, if they're not paywall uniforms, I might actually wait on them. Because I've got 4 tickets. I got 4 uniform tickets. Or maybe I'll save those for later. I know one of them I'm going to use on Captain America. That's why I didn't buy his last uniform, because I wanted to use my tickets. Save me some crystals. So, final thoughts. If not, I'm going to wrap up the stream here. Been on an hour and a half. I don't want to do 4-hour streams anymore, but I don't mind doing a good 1 to 2 hours. As always, feel free to chat in the Discord as well, and questions or whatever. I meant as a tier 4 support. I mean, she's female combat. How many world boss female combat days? Because tier 4 doesn't really help characters be better supports. Usually you tier 4 a support so that you can use them in a world boss restricted day. But aside from that, I don't know why you would tier 4 a support character. Because, again, it's like, it's their support ability, which they already have at their tier 2. I mean, technically, you don't even need tier 3, most of them. Not go work on Gore and maybe Orden? I assume you mean Odin. Gore can't be the only tier 4 when it drops. I hope not. We only have 3 characters. Well, they sometimes do a mid-month, and I don't think... I mean, we already have so many tier 4s. I don't know anybody who has all the tier 4s unless they're spending money to get tier 4 mats. So, I don't know. Could be. Guess we'll see. Yeah, world boss. All the tickets. Yeah. Oh. Not going to work on Gore and Othin? Why not? Usually those free uniform tickets work on everyone who is not a seasonal paywall uniform. If it's not seasonal, if it's not paywall, those tickets should work on any uniform in the game. Or at least they always have. That I remember. And if that's the case, then maybe I'll just buy Gore and Othin. I don't know. Save him for other lame characters like Captain America. Sorry, Captain America's so lame. Even with the new uniform, it's like he's got more value in PvP. Whoop-de-doo. It's not like they're going to rot in my inventory, though. So that's a good point. Something to keep in mind, Fat Bubba. Alrighty. On that note, you all have yourself a wonderful Saturday. Thank you for hanging out, as always. It's always great to have people interacting with you when you stream. It's more fun. It's like, sure, I can play solo, but if I play while other people are here to chit-chat with, it's better. Native Tier 2s too, aren't their uniforms more expensive? I don't recall. I can't remember. I barely get those tickets, and when I get them, I burn them right away. And I usually try to burn them on, like, the times I've used them is, like, on characters I never use, period. American Chavez, I think I used a uniform ticket on once. I think I used one on Ant-Man possibly, or Daredevil, or someone I just usually don't use. So all of the ones weren't native tier 2, so I don't know. But that's a good point. And since I have all the uniforms and I usually buy them right away anyway, I mean, I don't know. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. So it is very possible. But if you have a uniform ticket already, if you try to use it, let me know if there's certain characters that don't appear in it, because I don't know. Do not know for sure. That's for certain. The one thing I know is that I do not know. Darkness is my friend. This is actually the lighting I sit in most of the time, but it's not very conducive to the webcam, or the face cam as everyone likes to call it. So I have a tendency to open the windows, let in natural light, so people can actually see me while I'm streaming. Cool stuff, huh? The more you know. I also have this green screen, wow, so I can hide the rest of the room. Because, yeah, give myself green screen so you can see the game in the background. Anyway, I'm probably going to go, I guess I could stream it, but I think I'm going to go play Magic the Gathering and get my gold for the day, even though that game's pissing me off lately. Is the discount on Othin will be the same? Usually they give about a half off discount when any uniform first comes out, so it should be. Welcome, Blackbeard. It should be. We should also get our notes here soon on the update notes. Hey! ABXZ decided to follow me on Twitch. Thank you for that. All right. Anything else? Ooh, I got some stuff delivered. Probably go pick that up real quick. The tickets only work on the last update, not the current one. Well, you have to wait until the next update to use them, but they should work on any old one. I know that. So basically, I don't expect that the tickets will work as soon as the update comes out. But if you wait a full cycle for the next update, that's why I can't use them on Captain America right now until next update. I do get that, Big Surf, but thank you for pointing that out all the same. I mean on the character itself, not the uni. Oh! I don't know. I can't remember how you get Odin on the top of my head. I already have him. Isn't Odin unlocked in one of the special missions where you have to like get certain characters to get him unlocked? I thought. I can't remember how you get him. If he's crystals to buy, yeah, he should be discounted. I don't know for a fact he will be, but they usually discount crystal characters. Crystals. If it's a crystal character, I would anticipate, yes, they should be half off. That's usually what they do. I don't remember, though, because like I said, I get them right away. I've been playing for, I don't know, close to 10 years. And I am a star creator, so I get 5,000 crystals every month from Netmarble. So I'm always buying everything. And I spend money, too. I get the Stark stash every month. Crystal Wall character, yeah. Yeah. Odin is for crystals, Big Surf, yeah. I would anticipate him being half off. I wouldn't depend on it, but I would be surprised if he's not half off. So, just my 2 cents. Does anyone want to see other games? If not, I'm just going to wrap up the stream. If not, if you do want to see other games, I can swap it and change the title, but definitely wrapping this up for now. Can you hear my bird in the background? I hope not. If you can, I'm sorry. I think it's like 3K for a tier 2 3-star Odin. Yeah, I don't remember anymore. But fair. Okie dokie. On that note, I'm going to wrap it up. Again, thank you all for hanging out, and I will catch you next Saturday. Bye for now. And yeah, hello again, Carter Key.